Hello, friends. Welcome to Having a Healthy Marriage for Women. So, if you're a man, this is geared toward the women. You might want to find some marriage help elsewhere. All right. Ladies. Okay. This is going to be great. I love talking about marriage. So much fun and so deep and so amazing. And when you are a good wife, like when you treat your husband right, the rewards are limitless. It's great. It provides this huge happiness over the whole family. The kids are benefited from it. It's great. And then you as a family can start reaching other people. Because when a family's having problems and the husband and wife are always like back and forth at it and they hate each other all the time, you know, that they can't go outside of their home and be a good influence to other people. But when the marriage is right, when the dad and mom are getting along and the kids are happy, and they can start branching out and having a huge impact on the world. So you got to get your home right first. You got to get everything, lined up and have love in your home and not always be fighting and hating each other, because we don't want that kind of marriage. Oh, I'm Janet Cocker. Nice to meet you. All right, so yeah, this is geared for Christian women, but if you are not a Christian, you can still get a lot of help from this. So here we go. All right, so really the biggest thing with having a healthy marriage is about you, the wife. Because if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. So you need to be happy, and your energy, whether you're pissed off and mad that day or super happy, that spreads to all the rest of the family. And that's how they're gonna be. Because you are truly like the biggest influence in your family, even more than your husband. And that we're talking about, semi-healthy and healthy relationships. We're not talking about relationships where the husband is abusing the wife. If that's the case, please get some help. Do not take abuse, okay? Don't let that be a part of your life. But go to a counselor, go to the cops, get some help. So we're talking about normal marriages. All right, so some ways that we can be happier as wives. You gotta take some time for yourself. And I don't necessarily like to say me time, but me time is actually kind of a thing. I like to call it a hobby or time to rest. But if you're working a full-time job and you're coming home and you're cleaning and you're cooking and you're doing all this stuff and you're trying to be a good wife and you're trying to be a good mom, it's just so much. You have to have an outlet. So get a hobby, something that you enjoy doing. Go to the gym, go run, just call your friend for a few minutes. Take a few minutes for yourself, and then that fills your cup. Because we can't keep going and our family reaping the benefits of us being happy if we're not filling our own cup, okay? So you gotta have your cup full. It might be hanging out with a friend for a little bit. It might be, getting a shower or taking a nap. I mean, sometimes you gotta have a nap. But work on filling your cup and have a purpose. So this is kind of funny. When I got married, I was all about, I'm gonna be the best wife and I'm gonna, just rock this marriage thing. And so much of my focus was on the stuff I was doing for my husband, which was good. We are supposed to support our husbands and to be there for him and everything. So that's right. But I was so consumed with it. And then my husband got a job where he was working hours away from home, like late hours into the night. And I had like my own home business. So I was at home and I was by myself. And at evenings I was by myself. And I was bored. And I'm like, okay, the house is clean, supper's done, and here I am by myself. And I needed a hobby. I needed a purpose. I needed something bigger than myself. So it could be going and volunteering, helping somebody out, going and visiting an elderly widow or an elderly friend that needs some help. It could be doing stuff with your kids, something that will fill your cup. And then you'll be happier for your family, and your family will reap the benefits. And something that's also really good to do is to get a project that you can do with your husband, where y'all can work together that's like an outlet for both of you. So, buy a house, renovate it, fix it up, or do home projects around your house, or go camping, or go on the walks together. Do something with your husband where y'all can be more connected and where you'll also have fun. Because if your marriage is all about, getting through the day and getting through work and, try not to get all pissed off at the kids, and that gets old really fast. You gotta have fun in your marriage. You gotta have some fun. Do something fun together as well as something fun and fulfilling for you. So remember that. You need to be happy. Write it down. All right. Number 2, stop trying to micromanage your husbands. Yeah. So this is a big one because wives tend to want to tell their husbands everything to do, every move to make. He gets home from work and they're like, oh, please take out the trash and please wash the dishes and please do this for me and please do that for me. And where are you at? Call him on the phone. What are you doing right now? Why are you going there? You're being super controlling. You need to stop. Like, if you over control your husband, if you're always super consumed with where he is, what he's doing, and asking him to do all this stuff for you, he's not gonna like you that much. That's being a controlling wife. Let him have a life, okay? Men need some time to themselves as well. They don't want to constantly be their wife calling, be like, oh no, I have problems here, I need your help, or oh no, where are you right now? And a lot of that has to do with you. Maybe you've had something from your past where you have trust issues. Maybe you knew of somebody that got cheated on, and maybe you're just being a little too untrusting of your husband, not trusting him. When you're in a marriage, you have to trust your husband. And don't marry somebody that you can't trust, okay? Just don't even do that to start with. You have to be able to trust him. If you think that the guy you're dating is, creeping around behind your back and talking to other women and, watch for tendencies of cheating. And if he has that, kick him to the side. Get out of that relationship. You do not want to marry somebody like that. And then when you get married, you might have trust issues. Try to put those aside and just don't worry about it. Okay, that's the best thing. Don't worry about it. Move on and just trust him. Just try to trust him. Really, I think the trust is in the Lord. Trust the Lord. Trust the Lord that your husband's a good man. Believe that he's a good man. And, kind of keep an eye on him. If you're worried about it, check his phone. Keep an eye on him, but move on. Try to get over that hurdle. And, you don't want to be super controlling about every move he's making. Let him be his own person. So when you get married, you are bonded together. The Bible says that, and they two shall be one flesh. So you are, but you're both separate individuals. So, yeah, okay. You got it. You got it, girl. All right, if you are super controlling to your husband, it could mean that you yourself are out of control. Maybe your life is a wreck and you are not in control of your life, and everything's piled on top of you, and you're just emotionally and mentally drained all the time, and you just can't take it. And you just don't even want to get up in the morning. And I've been there. And that's a rough spot to be in. That's really bad. So work on yourself. Work on you having control over everything. And okay, so generally the woman is the homemaker. Okay, I know there are relationships where it's flipped, where the woman is working somewhere or running a business and the husband is doing all the home. So whatever y'all decide to do, but in general, the woman is the homemaker. She's the one that's doing most of the cooking, cleaning, childcare, running the home. You need to be in control of your home. That's just it. If you can't control your house, if your house is a wreck, if there's crap everywhere, if the toilets haven't been cleaned in like weeks, if there's food lying around the floors, you are not in control of your home. And that is your responsibility. If y'all have the normal situation, it's your responsibility to clean. Get the kids to help you. Take control over your house, over your place. Don't take control over your husband. We just talked about that. But take control over your place. You be in control over, I just said that. I'm sorry. I'm repeating myself, but it's important. So I'm like, you gotta get this. You got it. Great. Move on. Yeah, if you're always telling him everything to do, your husband is not going to like you. He wants a friend. He wants a lover. He wants his sexy mama. He don't want you to be like, oh, please do this for me, and please do that for me, and please do this for me. Yes, ask for help when you have to, but don't make him do every single thing for you. And the tone that you ask him is so important. If you're saying, oh, go do this, or take out the trash, or, that's a bad tone. That's like you being super controlling. So say, hey, honey, will you please take out the trash for us? The house is starting to stink. Please take out the trash. He will, but you have to be nice. This actually goes for everybody. People you meet, people, your friends, your kids. Be nice to everybody, but especially to your husband, because he's the one closest to you. And if you're not nice to him, then you're gonna have a lot of emotional problems. He's gonna have problems. The marriage is the core of everything. You have to have your marriage happy, right, be kind to each other. This is so important. This is why I like talking about this. Marriage is so important. It's so important to have a good marriage. And it's all about you, woman. It's all about you. Okay. All right, number 3. So number 2 was stop trying to micromanage your husband. Number 2. Number 3 is never talk badly about your husband to anybody. The only exception to this rule is if y'all are in a counseling session or you're seeing a therapist, okay? Or you're talking to your pastor and you're trying to get some help for your marriage. Don't go around telling your mom or telling your best friend or telling your neighbor how bad your husband is or what he did to make you mad or how he won't, do work in the house or whatever it is. Don't do that. Because what that does to you mentally, it mentally turns you against your husband. Because you're spreading that negative, hateful energy to everybody else and you're saying it. I don't think people realize how important the words are that we say. They are super, super important. A lot of times the words you say come true. So, and that's kind of the direction your life is. So if you're always complaining, hating on everybody, gossiping about people, pissed off about all these situations, you're a negative person, and you will not be happy. Your husband won't be happy. Your kids won't be happy. It's not good. So yeah, when you talk about the bad things your husband does, it turns you more against him in your heart and in your mind. And then you keep thinking about it. So you call your friend on the phone and say, hey, so-and-so, my husband actually did this, and I can't believe he did that. And gosh, I hate him so much. And then you brought it out and you said it. And then you're going to be thinking the rest of the day how you can't stand that your husband did. And all of this, and then let's say you do it again the next day, or do it a couple more times that week, other things he did, and you're talking about it, and you're spreading it around, and you're constantly focused on it, you're going to start disliking your husband and start hating your husband. Can't do that. You have got to speak good things about your husband. If you're going to talk about him at all, talk about the good things he does. Like, wow, my husband is a great provider. He provides for our family. He works so hard, and he comes home and he's such a great dad to the kids. He spends time with them. Talk about the good things that he does. Leave out the fact that he yelled at you yesterday. Leave stuff like that out. Move on and think about the good things. All right. Don't want to be spreading that negative energy here. And that actually goes with your friends and gossiping. And it's just, when you talk bad about people, you're hurting yourself. And they don't even know you're talking. Like, you can hurt people. You can ruin people's reputations and, say ugly things about them to other people. But it's really hurting you the worst. It really is. All right, number 4. So number 3, don't talk badly about your husband to anybody. Number 4. This is a good one. I like this one. Don't expect too much of your husband. Okay. Yeah, so when we're growing up, little girls and teenage girls, and, we love romance. We love movies about romance and love stories and books and all that stuff. And we get this idea that our husband is going to be this perfect, sexy, romantic man that's going to always be calling us and say, hey, honey, I love you, or text and saying, hey, honey, I love you, and bringing you flowers and chocolates and just, turning the heat up at sexy time. And we expect all that, and we look for that to happen. And you know what? Your husband doesn't know that. He doesn't know that you're expecting all this stuff. He's going to act towards you the way he was raised. So if his father was a super romantic guy, and he saw his father giving his mother all these things and being super romantic, he has a better tendency to act that way towards you. But if he didn't have that, if he had a rough childhood, maybe his father wasn't even in the picture. Maybe it was just him and his mom. He is not going to know how to relate to you and to do all these extra romantic things for you. Some men don't even think about, what's it called? Physical touch, I guess? I know there's a word for it. It's like intimacy, but it's like hugging, holding hands, kissing, stuff like that. Some men don't even think about that because they never saw that growing up. Now, women need that, but some men, they don't know how to do that. So don't be expecting your man to come home, give you a big old hug, pinch your butt, give you a huge kiss. Don't over expect that of them, because they may not know to do that. And when you're expecting so much and they don't add up, they don't follow through with what you expect, you start to get bitter and you start to, think bad thoughts about them. And wow, my husband doesn't love me because he didn't bring me flowers on Valentine's Day. When in reality, he's having such a hard time with some guy at work that's giving him a terrible time. He can't really think about, he forgot it's Valentine's Day. He's not on Facebook scrolling down and seeing what everybody's husband got him. He's not doing that. So he's busy. He forgot about it. And he comes home, have a little grace. Be like, okay, I understand, you're having a bad day. Have some understanding about it. And I know we talked about this in our other marriage video, but some things are good to be said twice. It's all good. Anyway, so don't over-expect of your man. Most of them do not think to write love letters. Ever. Probably 80% of men do not think to write love letters. Now you can ask them. You can be like, hey honey, want to write me a love letter? Or you can write him one and then down at the bottom say, please write me back. But if you don't ask them, they won't do it. So, but those are extra things. That's not the most important things of a marriage. Getting flowers, getting balloons, writing love letters, those little romantic things, touching all the time, that's not the most important part to the marriage. That's not, that's extra good stuff. So it's good to have that. But if you don't have that, you're fine. Move on. Enjoy life. You can enjoy life with your husband. Y'all can joke together. Y'all can enjoy each other. Just enjoy being around each other. And yeah, oh gosh, there's so much more that I could say. All right, I think I'll cut it off right there because I want you to think about these 4 things, because these 4 things can really have a huge impact in your life. Because if your marriage is happy, if you're happy with your partner, if y'all are in tune together, you're going to be so much happier. And then, it's vice versa. It's flip it around. If you're happy, your marriage is going to be happier. So we want everybody to be happy, joyful, not pissed off all the time, no anxiety, no problems, which, problems are going to come, but it all depends on how you take them and how you think about them. So, all right, love you ladies. Hope y'all have a wonderful week, and we'll chat at you later about a different subject.